Emotional Wellness by Renee Park. Emotional wellness is an important aspect of overall health and functioning. It is the ability to successfully handle life stresses and adapt to change and difficult times. A couple of ways to improve emotional health are building resilience, reducing stress, being mindful, getting quality sleep, coping with loss, and strengthening social connections. Resiliency can be built by developing healthy physical habits, taking time for yourself each day, looking at problems from different perspectives, being thankful, exploring the meaning of life, and surrounding yourself with positive, healthy people. Reduce stress by getting enough sleep, exercising regularly, building networks of supportive people, setting priorities, showing yourself compassion, setting aside specific times each day to practice mindfulness and breathing exercises, and seeking mental health services if ever needed. There are a number of ways to improve sleeping habits. Getting quality sleep is important for emotional wellness. Having a stable sleeping schedule, sleeping in the dark, exercising during the day not too close to bedtime, limiting electronics before bedtime, relaxing before bedtime, avoiding alcohol and large meals before bedtime, avoiding nicotine and caffeine, and not taking long naps or naps close to bedtime, getting natural sunlight, and getting professional help if sleep issues arise are all important things to think about when looking to improve sleep habits. Being mindful is the ability to be fully present, to be aware of what a person is doing and where they are, and not to be overly reactive or overwhelmed about what is going on in the world around them. These things can contribute to mindfulness. Some of the ways you can improve on being mindful is by taking deep breaths, going for a walk to enjoy the nature, enjoying your senses when eating food, and being aware of how your body works and feels. Support systems are an important aspect of mental health as well. A healthy support system involves building healthy relationships with children in the family, sharing good habits with friends and family, asking for help with caregiving tasks and joining groups of like-minded people, taking classes to learn new things, and volunteering at community events, and exploring the world while meeting new people and traveling to new places are all ways that you could build stronger support systems. A loved one can greatly impact mental health and overall emotional wellness, so it is important to deal with grief in a healthy manner. To cope with loss, a person should take care of their physical and emotional needs, talk with their friends and family when they need help or somebody to talk to, find a grief support group, make informed and thoughtful decisions before making life changes, and talk with a doctor about everyday struggles, and be patient with the mourning process. The mourning process is different for everybody, and sometimes it takes longer than one would expect to overcome the grief of losing someone you love. Plays a huge role in emotional wellness, so mental health services are a vital part of the community. Some mental health service providers in Tillamook County are Tillamook Family Counseling Center, Tillamook Adventist Health, and Nehalem Bay Health Center and Pharmacy. These facilities offer therapy services for mental and behavioral health, drug and alcohol counseling, different support groups. The county has a number of options for behavioral health services. Behavioral health integration is a good treatment option for people with undesirable behaviors, anxiety disorders, paranoia, panic attacks, post-traumatic stress disorders, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, obsessive compulsive disorder, self-harm habits, phobias, eating disorders, and substance abuse disorders. Behavioral health therapy can alleviate symptoms of depression, help people overcome substance abuse disorders, lead to positive behavioral changes, increase self-esteem, increase productivity and overall performance, and treat a number of mental health conditions. The service offered in Tillamook County is medication-assisted treatment for substance abuse. This treatment involves use of medication in combination with counseling to provide treatment for substance abuse disorders. The idea behind this is that medications will alleviate the withdrawal symptoms and psychological cravings that cause chemical imbalance in the mind and body. Medication-assisted therapy is an effective form of opioid abuse treatment for many people with opioid addiction problems. Support groups are an important part of emotional wellness for certain people struggling with life challenges. Support groups are when groups of people come together who share a common experience or problem. They provide emotional and moral support to each other. These groups can be led by professionals or can be informal and self-organized. Support groups help people cope with their challenges, provides people with a place to share advice and get guidance, and create a sense of community and understanding with like-minded individuals. Tillamook Family Counseling Center provides many mental health services to the community, including behavioral health services, substance abuse and addiction counseling, services for people with developmental disabilities, children and adolescents. They offer employment support and peer support. The Counseling Center provides support for substance abuse and gambling addiction. These services include assessments, treatment, and prevention strategies for adolescents and adults. As part of the substance use and addiction programs, individuals will be provided with intensive outpatient care, individualized treatment programs for them and their families, and if needed, they will provide services for people who have criminal substance abuse offenses. These services support emotional wellness by helping individuals overcome the emotional struggles, behavioral issues, and other mental health issues they face due to their addiction. Some of the pros for Tillamook Family Counseling Center is that they offer the ability to schedule virtual appointments with licensed therapists, which creates convenience and flexibility in people's busy schedules and lives. They also have over 40 highly trained staff members, including support specialists and mental health professionals. They also provide a wide range of mental health services that are not provided anywhere else in the community, such as court-mandated drug and alcohol treatment programs for people who have criminal drug offenses or DUIs. And they provide parenting classes for people who are mandated or court-ordered to attend classes for social services or child protective services or various other reasons. Some of the cons for this particular clinic are scheduling limitations and the bad reputation in the community. One of the things that they could do to improve their mental services is to gain better trust in the community. Former patients at this location have stated that they do not feel comfortable with the confidentiality in the clinic. One of the reasons that has been stated is that they know too many people who work there to be seen in the clinic comfortably. This reason makes sense in a small town with a business who has a large number of employees. Another reason that has been stated for patients not wanting to be seen here is because they have been court mandated to attend sessions for substance abuse or domestic situations, which creates a sense of mistrust and uneasiness for people who are suffering from mental health issues or PTSD. When they go in to seek services, that's not a good thing. It's not something that we want at all. Tillamook Adventist Health offers mental health services provided by licensed clinical social workers, nurse practitioners, and medical doctors. One of the services they provide is behavioral health integration therapy, also known as behavioral health counseling. This type of counseling emphasizes mental health and substance abuse disorders, life stressors, and crises, and stress-related physical symptoms. The goal of behavioral health therapy is to prevent, diagnose, and treat the conditions that people are dealing with. The service at this clinic is usually provided by one of the two licensed clinical social workers, Adrian Seaver or Christopher Kruby. And Chris Kruby has a highly decorated and well-trained therapy dog. His name is Quinn. Tillamook Adventist assists people with medication-assisted treatment, which involves the use of medications in combination with counseling to provide treatment for substance use disorders. This service is usually provided by one of the nurse practitioners in combination with one of the licensed clinical social workers who provides counseling services. Adventist Health also has support groups that they put on. The main one that they're running right now is a grief support group. The group's main focus is to help adults struggling with difficult and unexpected emotions such as shock, anger, disbelief, guilt, and sadness caused by grief. This group is beneficial for people who have lost someone close to them that deal with grief, so they can deal with it in a healthy and beneficial manner. And it helps to prevent long-term grief, which is usually intense, incapacitating, and persistent. Grief leads to drastic changes in the daily routine, which can affect life for many people. It makes it difficult to handle life on their own. Adventist puts these together 2 times a month, every Thursday from June 22nd to November 9th from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. This group promotes emotional wellness by giving people the skills and resources to overcome the grieving process and prevent further psychological stress associated with the death of a loved one. One of the biggest pros for Tillamook Adventist Health is their well-educated, caring mental health providers. Adrienne Seaver has a master's degree in psychology and social work, and she is a quirky Midwestern woman with a very fun personality. She keeps pet sea monkeys on her desk in her office, and she has lots of fun fidgets all around that help people relax and feel comfortable when they go into her office. The other counselor, Christopher Kruby, has a therapy dog. His name is Quinn, who attends all of his sessions. He's a huge benefit to people who have trouble opening up, and Quinn is a great conversation starter and provides comfort in difficult times. Another pro for Tillamook Adventist is the effort they put into helping the community overcome the grief left behind from COVID-19. The grief support group that they put together, directed by Pam Stochin, is free, and it provides support to all the adults struggling from loss of a family member or someone close to them. One of the cons for Tillamook Adventist Health is the scheduling limitations and lack of providers. There are only 2 mental health providers or licensed clinical social workers in the clinic, so it's sometimes difficult to schedule people in a timely manner and at times and days that fit into their schedules. Another limitation is that Tillamook is unable to bill the Oregon Health Plan for mental health services. Chris Kruby and Adrienne Seaver are both not able to be credentialed with them, but Tillamook Adventist does have some things in place, so they're able to help people who are not able to get in to other places in the community and are on Oregon Health Plan. Health services provided by the Nehalem Bay Health Clinic and Pharmacy include counseling, behavioral health, medicine-assisted therapy for substance abuse disorders, and wellness groups. Nehalem Bay Health Clinic also has a wellness group that was formed. It is a walking group that meets every Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock in different locations around North Tillamook County. The group usually meets for 30 to 45 minutes a week, depending on the location. Some of the locations they go to include beach walks, light hikes on nature trails, and even walks on the local high school track and field. One of the pros for this clinic is that it provides a huge amount of resources to the people in northern Tillamook County. They provide services for individuals from over 50 miles of the Oregon coast, and it is the only pharmacy in the area. This convenience is great for the elderly population in the area who have a hard time traveling, for the low-income families who can't afford to travel elsewhere in the community, and for busy people who do not want to travel to Tillamook or Seaside for their appointments. Another great asset that the Tillamook Bay Health Clinic and Pharmacy provides to the community is their availability and ability to travel to the local schools to provide health services. Neahkahnie Middle School and High School are able to access care from highly trained mental health professionals and other health professionals at the clinic right on campus. The staff at the school clinic and the school counselors help students set up mental health services, make appointments at various times throughout the week in order to prevent students from missing too much of any one class or subject. They remind students of their appointments, and they even call the students down to the office in a discreet manner in order to obtain services. The Nehalem Bay Health Clinic is under a huge restoration project right now. Over the last 2 years, they've gained about $500,000 in grants, and then another $3 million was received to help put together a new building. This project is going to provide new and expanded services to the clinic, and it will help improve the quality and accessibility. The Halem Bay Health Center and Pharmacy could improve on is providing more mental health services to students in the southern part of North Tillamook County during the summer months when school is not in session. Tillamook County has about 43 miles of coastline from Tillamook to Neahkaunie Mountain. This is considered North Tillamook County. All of the students in this area are located at the Neahkaunie School District. So kids who live in the southernmost part of that district, who are farthest from the clinic, struggle with accessing care when they are not in school, creating a lapse in care and struggling to access care can lead to increased mental health issues in adolescents in need of these services. If there was a therapist who would be able to travel closer to the students in the southern part of the district, it would eliminate some of these issues. Halem Bay Health Center and Pharmacy might also be better to serve their community by having radiology services in the clinic. At this point in time, they refer all of their patients to either Tillamook Adventist Health or Seaside Providence. It would greatly benefit the community if they were able to perform basic radiology tests such as X-rays, CTs, ultrasounds, and MRIs on an internal basis. When sending referrals to outside locations, it often takes extra steps and delays the process of scheduling. Another issue is that outside referrals sometimes are not sent properly, leading to the referrals not being received. This creates delays in scheduling as well, which leads to patient dissatisfaction, decreases quality of care, and violates best practice standards for healthcare.